Hi everybody, and welcome back to Crypto Simplified. We've had an awful 24 hours in the cryptocurrency market. A lot of you might be reevaluating your expectations, as this image would suggest. But I'm here to tell you that while we have had a ton of bad news, I should look at that bad news in this video, we have also had plenty of good news. There's lots of reason to be optimistic about the future of the cryptocurrency market space, and I shall be diving into all the interesting news of the last 24 hours. Before I get into that, however, I want to thank you folks for being a fantastic group of subscribers. Thank you all so much. Please keep those comments coming in, please keep those likes coming in, and please keep telling all your friends. Before I get into the update though, I'd like to reiterate that I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I am just a cryptocurrency enthusiast, making videos to share my information with other cryptocurrency enthusiasts. So let's dive right into this. Let's have a look at coin market cap, and we have a massive amount of red. There are double-digit drops all over the market, with Cortex and Bitcoin Diamond at that 20% negative price action. Of course, this seems pretty dire. The situation doesn't look good. I'm not going to sugarcoat this at all. However, it helps to look at the news to try and get a bit of a ballpark idea as to why people are suddenly feeling so pessimistic. If you have been in this space for a while, you've seen the amount of development that's happening on all sides of this market. So to kick this off, let's have a look at a Bloomberg article that talks about Bitcoin reaching its year's low on the back of a Japanese government crackdown. This isn't the same sort of crackdown that you'd think that they're shutting down exchanges, telling people to go home, your funds are lost forever. No, it's nothing anywhere near as serious as that. What we have here is the Japanese government serving a notice to 6 of the largest exchanges in the country, telling them that they got to improve their businesses. They have given these companies a month to provide proposals saying how they're exactly going to improve various aspects of their business, such as KYC and other risk management based regulations. Of course, on the 23rd of July, we will have these proposals from these companies, so then we can see exactly which direction these major institutions in Japan want to take their business. As always, links in the description, so if you'd like to read up more about this, do check it out. Next up, we have some pretty worrying news from the TRON side of the world. And over here we have allegations from researchers that TRON has plagiarized their code. Since the details of this story are more for coders, I won't exactly cover them in detail since a lot of you folks out here are beginners. However, if you'd like to read up more about this, link in the description. We do know that there has been a bit of a war of words between TRON CEO Justin Sun and the great Vitalik Buterin, and this doesn't really look good on Justin Sun's part. However, I won't get into the details of it. The link is in the description for anyone who does have an interest in coding to check out what exactly is going on with this situation. Next up, we have a tweet that talks about EOS. They're saying that they have censored 27 accounts. And in the statement it says the logic and reasoning for this order will be posted at a later date. That is very worrying. Cryptocurrencies are supposed to be trustless, are supposed to be censorship proof. This goes completely against that, and you've got to bear in mind that EOS have had a year-long ICO where they have raised billions. They have a lot of money. They should be sorting out these situations, but the more worrying side is that if they do not meet their expectations, your EOS tokens will not be worth nearly as much as they currently are. Even though we've had a 13% drop, maybe things could get even worse if EOS does not work as a product. This is the advantage that a lot of the older cryptocurrency projects have. They've had market testing. The market forces have shaped their use cases. EOS has just come in with a whole bunch of promises and a lot of financial backing. Things are not looking good for EOS, and there is more information in a CCN article because an EOS user posted his private key online and dared critics to steal funds. The reasoning behind this is because EOS has a system that prevents the theft of tokens because they have a bit of a centralized thing going on where people can vote to reverse transactions and to prevent thefts such as this. More information in this link if you'd like to check it out. Next up, we have news on Nano, formerly known as RHOC. They were in the news earlier with their problem with BitGrail and Italian exchange. Now they have another problem at their doorstep. These guys really cannot seem to get a break. They have issued an alert on the functionality of their Android app, telling people, move your funds. This is not really looking good for Nano. Yes, they might have a project that can transfer funds with no transaction fees, but they seem to have a lot more drawbacks than the advantages that they're providing. I know a lot of people like this project. I know a lot of people have a lot of money invested in this project, but things are not looking good. This article is targeted towards coders, so if you can read programming languages and you understand the inner workings of cryptocurrencies, I'll suggest you check this article out. And that is the end of the bad news in this upload. From here onwards, the news will get a little bit more positive, so hang in there, folks. Hang in there. Next up, we have some mixed words from the Swiss Central Bank. The overarching idea of this article is that cryptocurrency tech currently isn't good enough for a national digital currency. However, once you look into this article, the title seems a little bit misleading. It's not because of the tech that the person is saying that he's a little skeptical. It's because of the reach and the critical mass of users. And this Thomas Moser has compared the current state of cryptocurrency with the state of digital music. Digital music only really became a big deal when streaming sites became ubiquitous with people's usage habits. Cryptocurrency has a very, very long way to go to hit a similar critical mass. But once it does, it'll be like a steamroller, crushing everything in its way. However, I'd like to reiterate that we are still very, very, very far away from this moment. We have a tiny, tiny user base of cryptocurrencies around the world. Most people around the world don't even know that the financial system is broken. We have a very long way to go, but this is a positive sign. We have people who truly believe in the benefits that cryptocurrency can bring, unlike streaming of music. That was just a way to consume a media form. This is possibly going to revamp the entire financial system as we know it. So I am personally very, very optimistic about this. Next up, we have some more development in the renewable energy / blockchain space, with Grid Plus getting approval from the Public Utility Commission of Texas. It is now possible for people generating energy on the Grid Plus network to sell it to the Texas energy grid. We know that WePower is doing this in Europe. It's great to see a US-based company with a real functional use case coming to prominence right now. So really well done, Grid Plus. I'm very, very happy for you folks. Keep changing the world. Decentralization in energy production for me is absolutely key, and I'm really, really glad to see this happening. Next up, we have a very divisive figure in the cryptocurrency community, John McAfee. This isn't good news because I wouldn't wish ill on anyone. He claims that he has been poisoned and he had been missing for the last 2 days because someone slipped something dangerous into his food. Whether or not this is true, I do hope you have a speedy recovery, John. In this article, we also have some good news for the community going forward, in that these McAfee pumps might not happen anymore. Because he says, due to SEC threats, I'm no longer working with ICOs, nor am I recommending them. Great move, John McAfee. Very, very well done. Because I do think that those McAfee pumps that we were seeing earlier can sort of amount to insider trading if observed under a certain lens. So I'm glad that he's not going to be involved in this any further. And now we can focus on the will he, won't he of John McAfee eating his penis on public TV if Bitcoin does not reach a certain price threshold. And in my final piece of news, we have a heartwarming story from Egypt. I'd recommend you read the story. It's not very long, but this is about an individual living in Egypt where the national currency is failing. His safe refuge is Bitcoin. There are stories like this all over the world, from Greece, from Turkey, from Bolivia, Iraq, Argentina, Venezuela. There are a lot of people all over the world rushing cryptocurrency as a refuge when the system has failed them. It is this trustless, decentralized monetary policy that could save a lot of failing nations. So remember folks, in these bearish times right now, if you are really complaining about how far the value of your cryptocurrency has dropped, you're probably looking at this as like a bonus added investment diversification. Cryptocurrency probably isn't your safety raft. For a lot of these people, it is. And for a lot of them, it's still looking like a very, very good investment. Of course, I've spoken in this video about the wider adoption of cryptocurrency, how far we have to go for that. But these are the people who are getting in early. And if cryptocurrency does moon like all of us are hoping, these few people who have taken this risk in the face of adversity will be among the crypto rich in the future. And I think this is like the end of a fairy tale story for a lot of these people. People jumping into something because they had no other choice, because their established government systems had failed them. And now they are prosperous in the future because of the adversity that they faced. I do hope that this happens for all people living in this sort of situation. I really do hope that your faith in a decentralized economy will be repaid 10, 20, 100-fold. So on that note, I'd love to thank you all for watching. Do leave a like if you enjoyed my content. What do you think about the news that I discussed today? If you didn't like the content, I'd love it if you leave me some constructive criticism, because I just want to improve my content for you folks. So that's it from me. This is Mark from Crypto Simplified signing off. You folks, please take care. This bear market is brutal. It is brutal. And we can come out the other side better if we stick together. If you see a fellow cryptonaut down in the dumps, please send them your good vibes. Give them your support. Emotional support will really help us through this awful period. So you folks take care. We shall catch up very, very soon. Later.